Hello gang, Merlin Don on the mic. Today we will talk about Purple Katakuri, a leader in the new OP11 meta. So Purple Katakuri is really a great leader, and in sometimes it also counters the new Minans, the Blue Purple Luffy. So it's a leader that if you get in the late game and build up an 8 cost Katakuri wall, we will talk about the cards later, then it's really difficult for your opponent to do something, to go through this wall. It's like you can imagine that you have like a wall of kids, of the 8 cost kids, right, the green one. Because of course your enemy must first go through your blockers and then goes to your leader. Not only that, you have also some other decks to help you buff your leader up to 6k, up to 7k, and so on, and we will talk about these decks. So what this leader does, of course, like every guide in this channel, we will first check the guide that I have prepared for you guys here. Then we will see the cards in the simulator, and then we will talk about the deck list once more. After that we will see some gameplay, and if we do have time, we will also play a game together in the simulator. So let's start from scratch. Purple Katakuri. This is a 5 life 5k leader, purple monocolor, and he has an ability which is activated when attacking. So when you attack with this leader, or also when your opponents attack, but this can only be activated once per turn. Once per turn in your turn, once per turn in your opponent's turn. What you do is you do -1 don, and then you look the top card of your opponent's deck. So it's also a deck that you need to remember the cards of your opponent, because every time that you use this ability, you know the card that your opponent is going to draw. So if you have a good memory, at some point of the game you might know all of your opponent's cards. Exactly. So you see the top card of his deck, the card that he is gonna draw on the next turn, and then your leader gains +1k power during this battle. So it's like when you attack, of course, you buff him, but when you defend with this ability, it's like Shanks. You have +1k. So really strong. Of course, when you are 10 don, you don't care about this -1 don, right? Or if you have a putting in play, we will see that you also don't care about this -1 don. The starting hand. What you wanna see? Of course, you wanna see your Mr. 2, a card that helps you ramp, a card that, in my opinion, we could also replace with another one. So at the moment, it's also a rather expensive card to buy, right? And there are some other cards that you might consider playing instead of him. But of course, if you go second and you're gonna play him on curve, it's great because you ramp. You reach faster this 8, 9, and 10 dons that you need to play your big bodies, right? So it's a great party. Putting is like one of the best cards in this deck because you can go -1 with your leader's ability, so this card ramps you back 1 ton, right? Then you have Katakuri, by far also maybe the best card in this deck, because it allows you to cheat out the big Katakuri, the 8k Katakuri. But of course, if your opponent is at 8 ton or more, and in this meta we do have some decks that try to ramp, right? Like the Blue Purple Luffy, who ramps fast at 8 ton, and if you have like 1 or 2 of these little guys, and you do have the 8 cost Katakuris in your hand, so if he ramps to 8 ton, then before he even plays his Sansis and so on, you get to bring your Katakuris, your 8 cost Katakuris on the field, and it's really hard for him, right? And the Charlotte putting, of course, is a searcher, and it helps you also if you want to do it at some point without using your leader's ability. You can also check the top card of your opponent's deck to activate another ability of your cards. Mostly between 1 and 3 dawns you will play these cards, so the baby Katakuri, your searcher putting, or your ramp putting. Between 4 and 6 dawns you can play the Moonclay, the Perospero that draws you a card and ramps you. So draw and recycle, it's like mostly a recycled ramp, right? And God Thread to KO something of your opponents, and then also ramp one card. Between 7 and 8 on you can play your Katakuri, or combine it with your baby Katakuri, and can like divide your dawn. As tech cards we play these two. We play the Hakai Ocean. This is a great card to get rid of 2 of your opponent's characters, of course 6 or less, especially in matchups where you play against Russ, or also in other matchups, also against Blue Purple if he plays his Nami and he has like another or like 2 Namis, right? Something like that. Against Lucy, against many decks, you can just play this card, you get rid of 2 characters of your opponents at once, and then you get to swing with your characters as well. And if you have a pudding in the field, then you get to ramp one of these 2 dawns back. Montor, it's a 2k, and if you happen to play against a Nami, you can imagine playing Katakuri and 8 cost Katakuri to have like a huge blocker on the field, and then you play 2 of these guys, and in every and single turn you return 4 cards from your opponent, so 2 for each card to his to the bottom of the deck, and you can do it like 5 times, right? So you can return you can return so many cards to their deck. It's like crazy. So it's an anti-Nami card, right? Then we have as finisher Linlin. Linlin is a great card because when you are a 10 dawn, you play a 10 cost 12k Ras party, guys. And not only that. If you have used your leader's ability, you know the top card of your opponent's deck, right? And then you can also use this ability. Yes, you need to be careful, because if you do the -5, then on the next turn you don't have many dawns, right? But sometimes it comes up that you want to buff your leader to defend everything this turn, right? So you buff him +1k with your leader's ability, you know the card that your opponent has on the top, right? And then you buff him again with +2k, now your leader is an 8k leader, and until the end of this turn he's a 7k leader, so you can survive maybe and then go for game on the next turn. To defend yourself, of course, we talked about this card, we talked about your leader's ability, and if we ignore these 2, so except these 2, we do have Anana. It's an 1 cost blocker. You just need to have another Big Mom's character other than Anana on the field, so you just protect almost all of your bodies with this Anana, with this small blocker. You have the big blocker Katakuri, who also restuns your Big Mom pirates, so you protect also your characters, right? And then we have 3 2Ks. The combos that you do with your baby Katakuri, you bring the big Katakuri, but you need to be careful, your opponent needs to have 8 dawn for you to be able to do that. If you attack and use your leader's ability and you have a putting on the field, then you get this don back, this -1 don back. This is also another combo. And of course, by combining this card, so the activated minion of this card, or of course also your leader's ability with Perospero or Linlin, then you can just, with Perospero you draw one card, you trash one card and you ramp. With Linlin, we talked about it, you gain, you do -5 don and you gain plus 2k until the end of this turn. So the preferred curve is the odd curve. You go first, you search something with your searcher, then you play your putting or your katakuri if you know that your opponent can't do anything about katakuri, because if you know that your opponent might be able to KO this katakuri, then there's no reason at all for you to play him. Then on the 5 don or between 5 and 7 don, you just ramp by playing one of these 3 cards and combine it with a blocker, or you can also use one of your event. It's like the code thread, right? So whatever you do, you ramp on this turn. You ramp and you also play something like that. And then we play our katakuri. Best case scenario, our opponent is also at 8 don, so we can bring him with only 2 don. So you invest only 2 don to bring an 8 cost character on the field, and then you spread your remaining dons to the other characters to play something else or to attack your opponent. And then at your 10 don, you can play Charlotte, Lin, or of course first like put on the field 1, 2, 3 Katakuris and then a Lilin. It's your gameplay and then finish your opponent off. If you go second, so that your even curve, you start by playing either a Searcher or your Katakuri. Again, you play your Katakuri only if you know that your opponent can't remove him from the field with any effects. Then you can play on the 4 don either your Bone Clay to ramp or your putting if you want to attack with your leader. At your 6 don, you play your, you can remove something with a God Thread and ramp, or play your Perospero, recycle a card and ramp, and also you can also play Anana as well. 8 don, Katakuri, either bring him with a small one or just play him like he is, and then of course your big mom is the finisher. So let's go to the deck list. The deck list is this that I have prepared for you guys. We talked about the leader, what he does. Then we play 4 copies of Bone Clay. We play Katakuri, 4 copies, 4 copies of Putting, 4 copies of Anana, 4 copies of the big Katakuri, 4 copies of your Searcher, 4 copies of Perospero. Then we have 4 copies of Montdor, Usohachi, and the 10 siblings. These are your 2Ks. 4 copies on Linlin, 4 copies of your Searcher, and then we have still 4 events. I played 2 Hakai and 2 God Threads. You can also go 4 God Threads or 3-1, or you can play with the ratios. Other cards to consider, of course, in this deck is the Linlin. So the 9 cost Linlin, or even 1 copy of the Kaido Linlin as a finisher. If you're gonna clear your opponent's board and go for game, for example, this could also be something to consider. Or of course, Linlin to remove something from your opponent's board and also heal yourself. This could also be a possibility. You could also play the Bullet Douglas on the 8th don. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad card at all. If we play many events, you may also consider playing a Don Quixote package with Flamingo and of course Rosinante. Rosinante can give you 2 dons, and of course draw you 2 cards and get rid of one of the events. And of course, if you don't have the Bone Clay, you can always play Uses Captain Kid. Another option could also be the Missile Sunday to ramp, and you can also trigger Missile Sunday from your life, right? And we can see here there are also your puttings that you can play. Some guys play also Sasaki to ramp, but because he's also a 2k. But to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this card because I don't like trashing cards of my hand, even if that card is also 2k, right? But it's also a matter of a gameplay, of a play style, how you want to play this deck, right? Okay, so enough with the talking. Let's see and analyze a game. Let me put the double speed. So we play against Robin. This is our first hand. We chose to go first. We have our searcher, we have our putting, we have our Mr. 2. We play our searcher, we grab another Linlin. Now we got 2 Linlins. That was because we didn't have a great choice of cards, of course. Now we play on curve our putting, and as you can see, once I attack with putting, I deploy putting, I attack with my leader, I do -1 Don, and I immediately take this Don back using the putting's ability. So we attack him with 6k. We know the card that he's gonna draw. This is a Yamato. And we attack him, of course, with 6k, right? So he takes, he's down at 3, and he attacks us for 5. The thing here is that we don't want to take that. We don't want to take that because it's a banish when you play against Robin, and we will lose this card. So we counter that. We want to keep our Katakuri for the moment, because even if we don't have a big Katakuri, we might draw one. And here is the big Katakuri. Now we are at 5 Don. We play our Perospero. We attack him with our leader with a 6k. And of course now we can also trust one of the big mums, draw one card and ramp using Perospero ability. He attacks us again. I had really bad luck now with the cards, and I didn't have enough counter, so I decided to just let it go. And here, as you can see, we lost a 2k, and we took the other hit from Basil Hawkins, and this was a trigger. This was the event, and we get to draw something. Of course, we choose to get a 2k because we do have one Lin in our hand. Then he played as a card that surprised me, a Law that healed himself. And it was okay. So I was like, you know what? We are at 8. We will go now 7 with our putting. This is the first hit. He takes. Now we have 5 Dons left. We will go 7 with our Perospero. He takes. And then we go 9 with our leader. So 8 plus 1 from the leader's ability, because we take this Don back, right? And then we have 2 Dons to use our baby Katakuri and grab, of course, the big Katakuri from our hand. And with big Katakuri, we restand both of our Big Mom characters. Now we are at a point where our opponent is at 0 life, and we are at 3 life with a big blocker and with 2 more characters. So he attacks us again we are now at 9 or 10 don, I think, so we just use our leader's ability. We don't have to spend any card here, right? So this is what I told you before, guys. It's like a Shanks deck when you defend yourself. Then he attacks us again with Basil Hawkins. I was like, okay, 1k, I will counter that. 9k attack. I was like, okay, I will take this one because he was a tendon, I think, and I didn't want him to play like an ace and attack my Katakuri if I defend myself with Katakuri. But he plays a big mom and he chooses to put my Pero at the bottom of my life. Now we attack with our Katakuri. For 8k he uses his Gam Giant and he goes -2. Then we play our Lin and we attack his law, and he defends this law by throwing 3 cards in his graveyard. And then of course we go 6k with our leader to his life and he takes. With our Katakuri at the end of our turn, we restand Katakuri and we restand our Big Mom as well. Now we have also in our hand like 4k counter, we have our leader's ability and also our Lin's ability if we need that as well, right? So, but we do have 3 lives, so I take here some life. He's at like, let me count, 3, 6, 9 don, right? And he plays also the 1-cost character that buffs his leader. And then of course we counter that. We counter that by using our leader's ability. So as you can see, we use our leader's ability -1. Now we know that he has a Nami, right? And if I didn't want to go for lethal next turn, I would, or if it was almost impossible for me to go for lethal, I would also use here Lin's effect. Then I would buff my leader to 8k and 7k for the whole turn, right? But I choose here to buff him at 6 and then throw 3 cards. And now he has only 7 dons, so he can't do anything. And he has only two remaining attacks. So one from the Raser that he plays now. This is Zoro, 7k. Of course we take that because we do have a Katakuri, and then we do have he goes another 7k. Of course we do have a blocker, and we wouldn't even lose this blocker, right? And another thing that we could also do if we didn't want, let's assume that we did counter that, and then that he could also play like one more Zoro. Let's say that he had another 3 dons, right, or 4 dons, and he could also go like another 6k to us. Then we could also use our Big Mom's ability, go -5 dons, and then of course our leader would be a 7k leader for the whole turn, right? So this is how we in here. We are at 23 minutes. I think we can go for one game before this video is too long. Let me see if I find one quickly. We will go for it. If not, then we will do it another time. Oh, and we go against up. So we will go here first. Let's see. So we miss the baby Katakuri, so we will mulligan and we find the baby Katakuri. This is good. We don't have anything to search, which is not the best thing here. Let's see, he might have also the God Thread, so I will not play my Katakuri here. I will go like 8k to life. Uh, 6k, I will counter that. And he plays a bone clay. He plays a bone clay, he's at 5 down, so we will ramp. And we will go 6. Okay, he gives us 1k, 2k. And he's at 7, so we will take that. We don't find the Katakuri, this is not perfect. But we do find a Big Mom, which is not bad. He plays another Mongley. Okay. Okay. He's then at 8. Okay, so we will go Bone Clay. Spero. We are at 9, so we can attack him by using our Leader's ability. He has a Nami. So we will trust this. We know that Nami is a 5 cost. We draw another we draw another mom. Where are my Katakuris? Yeah, in this matchup you really want to see your Katakuris here, so that you can also be able to defend yourself, right? Because now we will probably have to take two hits. I will take the first one. I will probably take the second one as well. Oh! He decides to play a gravity blade. This is actually not that bad, because we can also get rid of this bone clay. We can get rid of this bone clay. Or we could also go Big Mom. We could also go Big Mom. And then get rid of this bone clay. No, I will get rid of this bone clay. Let's see. I will play pudding. Or a bone clay after that. Yeah, I think I will do that here. So we will get rid of this bone clay and we will play a bone clay of our own. And we will attack him as well. And we will also use our card. Okay, so he has his Sanji here. As you can see, it's also a close matchup even without our big Katakuris, right? Even without our big Katakuris is a close matchup. If we had seen our Katakuris, this would have been much easier, guys. Much easier. Let me take that hit, and we do find Salad Anana. Okay, so he still plays this long game here against us. That's nice. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay with me. Now, but now I wanna see Katakuri, guys. Now I wanna see Katakuri. At last, that's my boy. That's my boy there. That's my boy. So what we do here, guys, is we do play this. We bring our Katakuri, of course, and then we will go like 3. We will also play a searcher. We will search. Let's see. What do we get here? We will get a 2k. To be honest, this could be it. And then we will go and hit him for 9k. So we go and use our ability, takes that, and we play also a blocker, a small blocker. So now we've got our Katakuri, he's at 1 life. We know that he has a Sanji here, and we have 2 big mums to play afterwards. And we have a 2k, he knows that we have a 2k. Okay, so he drew in Sohachi, he tries to build his defense here, and he will need that. Let's see. Will he go with a Rasser? I don't know. And I also don't want to risk it, so... Oh no, he will go... Oh! He goes full defensive. This guy goes full defensive. Okay. Okay, not bad. So we will go like 8k. We'll go like 12k. And we will go like 6k. Okay, he's down on 5 cards. This is something. We will restand our 2 guys here. And let's see. So he plays full defensively against us. So that's not bad. That's not bad. But now we also have our big mom, right? We have our big mom. But we do survive, so I will just use my 2k. I will grab that. Oh, a red rock. Not bad. What will you do with the rest? 4 dawns, mate. I assume nothing. Okay, and he does nothing. Okay, now we will go like 8k here. We will play our second Lin. And we will restand these 2. Now we're both at 1 life, but we do have the Lin again in our field. Let's see. So now he goes 8k. We will give him 1k. And then we will block if he tries to do anything funny. I will use card action and then also 1k. And another red rock. So he had 2 red rocks. This guy, it's like crazy. It is crazy. So now we will go 12 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will go twice 12 here to see if we can do something. Okay. All right. So he's not 0 life and only with 4 cards. Let's see if we can survive this turn. Okay, so he goes 6. Who will counter that? Goes 8. Who will take that? He plays yet another blocker. Yet another blocker. This is crazy. Okay, we'll go 8 to see if he has a Gum Gum Giant. We'll go 8 again. Okay. And we will use the rest, I think. Oh. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I think he's bricked. I think he's bricked. And even if we kill this little guy, oh no, we do have 2 blockers, right? We do have 2 blockers. Okay. Do I want to risk it? I will go 12. Okay. Let's see now. Let's see. So, he drew a Nusohatsu, a 2K. Oh. I think I got this. 1 back. We are at 6. 10K. Huh. I think that he did not expect that. Exactly the amount that I needed, guys. Well played, you too. GG. So this is exactly how you win against a blue purple Luffy, guys, with this deck. Like I said, it's a great deck to play. It's a great deck to play, and I hope that you have seen here the reason why this is a great deck, and the reason why you can also counter the blue purple Luffy with this deck. Okay guys, so this was the video for today. I hope that you enjoyed that as much as I did. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. Go down in the comment section below and write me what I did wrong, what I did right, what you liked, what you didn't like. I always love to read your comments. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Bye.